Like we back started.
Recording in progress.
All right. Greetings, 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 or should I say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Greetings, everyone. This is the second part. This is part two of uh the High Holy Day, which is this is part two of Exodus chapter 12 revealed. Exodus chapter 12 revealed. A lot of people have been reading this. I've been reading it, and we all have been taught amiss in the way that this has been given. We have been taught amiss in the way that this has been given in Exodus chapter 12. And chapter 12 really reveals something once you go over it enough times and understand who's talking, when they're talking, why they're talking, the reason and everything behind it, you get a better understanding of what's being said. Now, it wasn't until just this past Monday on the 6th, I come to understand that the Passover is supposed to be kept in all our generations, in all our dwellings. And how did I come to understand that? Hey, baby. How I come to understand that is because according to the word. Now, when you go look in the word, when you read from Exodus 1 through 20, the Creator is speaking. The Creator is speaking, and he's speaking directly to Moses and to Aaron. And he's instructing them, telling them what to do that night and for the future. The only thing that's in here that gives you an understanding that in verse 12, he tell you for this night what he's going to do. But in between that night of verse 12, when you get from 1 through 20, the only way, if you outsert 12, you'll understand he said do this thing forever in the same way that he said do it. But he also said at this time what he's going to do in that night. That's in verse 12 itself. But when you take verse 12 out and read everything again, you see that he says do this thing forever, not whether, from the first day of the month. And I actually broke down the information. As a matter of fact, it'll be a long way. Let me just go over it real quick. I got my sister Maria in here at the moment. So let me just go over it real quick just to show the Hebrew converter real quick. I'm going to do this really quick at this time, just so it can be in here for anybody to see it in part two when if they decide to pull this up and look at it, right? So right here, we have a Hebrew converter, and you can pull up the Hebrew converter. And if you notice, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the beginning of the situation. The beginning of the year started on the 19th. According to the Hebrew converter, the 19th of March. The 19th of March. Get that again. 1-9. March again is right here. As we can see, Thursday, March 19th, 2026 was the first of Nisan, which was the beginning of the year. Nisan and Abib is equivalent to the same month for the beginning of the year. Now, the 19th of March was the beginning of the year, and at this time, we're supposed to start taking, start getting the leaven out of the homes, right? That's March 19th. And then when we got to March 28th, let's see what happened here. March 28th. So the beginning of the month was first of Nisan, which was Thursday, 19th of March, 2026. Oh, let's see something going on here. Here we go. So on the 28th, what do we have? The 28th was the 10th of Nisan. This is when we're supposed to take the Passover lamb from the goats and from the sheep and put it up to set it aside. As we can see, and I'll break this down as we're going. So we're going to do this real quick. And then I'm sure all this is when the Creator spoke. As we can see in verse 3, Verse 1, matter of fact, verse 12, I really don't want to go through all this, but I'm giving you a certain portion when the Creator is speaking. The key is this: look at who's speaking and look at what's being said. Verse 1, and Yah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, the Creator did the talking from this point unto 20. From right here, from verse 1 to 20, when the Creator speak is law. People fail to realize that when the Creator uttered his voice, is law. Whether it's good or whether it's evil, is law. It means it's going to happen. So, right there, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, and to Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Right? Okay. How do we know what month that is now? Let's just get an understanding by verse 13 real quick. Just so everybody will know on point what is the first of the month to us. So 13 and 4. We'll start at 3 because we'll read 1 through 4 just so everybody can have an understanding. 13, 1 through 4 said, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, see the Creator speak again. This is the Creator speaking. Sanctify unto me all the firstborn whatsoever opened the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast. It is mine. That means the firstborn, just like Hannah gave her firstborn, which was Samuel, over to Eli. You're supposed to give your firstborn. The firstborn is supposed to be keeping the Creator's word, right? The firstborn in the household. They all supposed to be more like a priest, or giving it to him, not like a priest, but they're supposed to be doing the Creator's will, right? They're supposed to be given according to what was said here. It is mine. And Moses said, yeah, among, what's that? Like something's on my eye. And it said, both of man and beast, it is mine. Verse 3. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day. See, he said unto the people. Moses said unto the people here, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out from the house of bondage, for by stretch of hand Yah brought you out of this place. See, Moses said this, there shall no leavened bread be eaten. See, this day came ye out in the month Abib. Moses was speaking here, but right here, the Creator spoke from verse 1 and 2. Verse 1 and 2, the Creator was spoken. Moses started speaking at verse 3, and then he gave you the month. The Creator never gave you a name of a month. See that? The Creator just told you when it was. The Creator never gave you a name of a month. Now, we don't know if this month is a heathen, like from the Egyptians, or whatever. We don't know what. We just know that by the name of the month, which is Abib, also Nisan, which is supposed to be equivalent to the same, but Moses gave you the name of that month. The Father just told you when that month, when that time is, when that time of the year was. And that time was. So this is equivalent together, but Moses gave you a name to that time. This is how you understand who's talking and who put what where and who put what when, to understand certain things in a certain way. That's how you start to understand by where the Creator's talking, when man's talking, and how to put the two together to see which is true, which is false, because it's a lot of things that we have been led to believe on other situations that is false compared to when you look at the scriptures and understand what's being said and who said it to what is true. All right, so let's keep it going. So now, this shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. The Creator said this, right? The Creator said this, right? Here we go. Okay. And then he said, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel. The Creator said this in the 10th day of this month. So we know right now, we see right here, the 28th of March was the 10th of Nisan. The 28th of March was the 10th of Nisan, right? Which is the 10th of Abib. He said, on the 10th day, verse 3, speak unto the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, ye shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, and a lamb for a house. And then we'll just jump to 5. Right, because it was on 10th day. That was verse 3. It was the 10th day of the month. They're supposed to take a lamb, and everybody supposed to come together with the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. All right. I'm not really trying to go through all this because that's in part one. I'm just trying to give you the details. So right after that, the 10th day was the 28th. We're supposed to take the lamb from among the, as it says in verse 5. This is what I wanted to get here. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. And what it says is, ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. I had a few, or not I, but a few leaders that I've heard at one time said, well, no, you can get a sheep or you can get a goat. It don't say that. It says take a lamb from the sheep or from the goat. That means if lambs and goats is out there grazing together or in the pasture together, you take it from the sheep or you take it out there from the goats. If the lamb is around the goats, you take it from the goat. You don't get a goat because the Creator never said goat. All right? So this is what I mean by understanding what's being said compared to what people think. Right? So we'll move it on down. And you shall keep it until the 14th day, verse 6. The 14th day. Let's go now to the first. We see that the 28th of March was the 10th of Nisan, which was the 10th of the month, the 10th of the first month of the year. Then now let's go to April 1st and see what that day was again. April 1st was the 14th of Nisan, which was the 14th day of the first month of the year. Wednesday, April 1st was the, and then it states on verse 6, ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. A lot of people don't realize the evening starts at the peak of the day. The morning is when the sun is rising. The evening is when the sun starts to go down. So when it starts to go down is the beginning of the evening. Then you have mid-evening. You have late evening. Then you have darkness, which is after nightfall. So you got darkness and you got, what should I say, not darkness. You have the evening and you have the morning, which is the day. It said the evening and the morning is a day. A lot of people looking at it evening till morning, and it don't say that. Evening and morning is a day, and then you got a 12-hour period of night. So what we see here, as it states, and the fourth is and you should keep it up till the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, which is the beginning of the evening, because you got to understand, you gotta kill it. I mean, you gotta kill it halal style. I mean, your blade should be so sharp that it cut the artery, that if you playing with it, you cut the artery that it bleeds and it don't even know that it's bleeding. Y'all know how a paper cut or how certain cuts are before you start to feel it. So it's so sharp, the lamb will get cut and he don't know he cut, but next thing you know, he bleeding out. He died easy. He don't have that adrenaline, which is the adrenochrome that a lot of these evil people been sipping and drinking on. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may know about that. Many of y'all may not. But the whole point is that it doesn't have the adrenaline going through the blood. So what happens is the lamb will die. Then you put it up so it can drain. It can drain his blood. And after the blood drains, then you got to undress it. You got to take the hide off. This takes time. A person that going to the store wouldn't understand how much time this takes. And as I shared in part one, a brother named Yeruzadik, who is the head over the House of Israel in Mississippi right now, he used to do a good job when I was in Mississippi, going to the House of Israel 30-odd years ago, you could say. About 30 years ago. But the point is that he did a good job doing it. But the whole point, they would cut the artery, it would drain, they put it up so it can drain, and then they would cut the hide off. See, that took time. Some people think that evening starts at the sun was almost down as sunset. That's too late in the evening to do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? That's too late in the evening for the body to be fully cooked, because you got to roast that lamb. A lot of people don't understand the real time it takes to do all this stuff. A lot of people don't know how long it takes or the time it takes to do the things that's happening. A lot of people don't understand. So these things takes time. If you really knew how to undress an animal, kill, undress, and get it prepared, a lot of people don't understand the time. Then you got to cook it with all its pertinence on the inside. It's got to cook it with its lambs, guts, heart, lungs, liver. All that stuff got to be cooked to perfection. It means that it's not supposed to be raw. So you got to understand the timing that gets put into this information that they got to do. Some people don't. They think, okay, I just stick it in the oven. It'll be ready about 30 minutes. No, it ain't doing it. It ain't getting done like that. That's why people got to start understanding timing, understand what's being said, how it's being said, the way it's being said. That's why this is called the revealing of, shall I say, Exodus chapter 12 revealed. Man, what's it? Exodus 12 revealed. And this is what I'm showing you right now. Give you an understanding on who's speaking. So it says until the whole congregation kill it in the evening, which is the evening of the 14th day, which was April 1st, 2026, was the 14th at evening. And what does it say from that point on? It talks about then what they should do with the blood in 7. Verse 8, they talk about they should eat the flesh that night. See, listen to 8. And they shall eat the, I might as well just, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm just gonna go through it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread. See, you already started on unleavened bread the 14th day. Over here, it tells you at evening, verse 18, I believe it is. Nope, well, we'll get to it in a few minutes. I believe that's 18, but we'll get to it in a few minutes. Yep, 18. In the first month on the 14th day, see, that's the day of the month at even, still at the time that you kill the Passover. You're starting right then eating the unleavened bread before you even get to the 15th day, which is the next following day. You're starting at evening at that time to eat unleavened bread, according to the scriptures, right? Ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 120th day of the month is where we at right now. Today is the 120th day. Today is the last day of unleavened bread. But I'm taking you through the timeline. I'm breaking it down as we go. We're getting the understanding of the information of Exodus 12. Because this came to me, this really jumped out at me on this so-called, now I'll just say on the so-called Monday, which was on the second day of the week, or the third night of the week, actually, because that night is actually the beginning of the beginning of the cycle for the next day. But on the 6th, that night after the 6th day is when a lot of this come out on me. So this is where I'm at right now. And they shall eat the flesh in that night and roast it with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Bitter herb, not shared a little bit of that early as well. Eat none of it raw. Eat not of it. See, you ain't supposed to eat it raw. And you know that the guts, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, the intestines, the large intestine and small intestine, what they call the chitlins and stuff like that, as they say. But all that stuff is supposed to be cooked whole inside, and you can't put water on it. You got to cook it all and dry it out. You got to cook it like that, right? Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with his pertinence thereof. That's the pertinence and everything inside. A bone ain't supposed to be broken. Verse 10. And ye shall let none of it remain till the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. That means you're supposed to eat none of it the next day. For before that night, and if y'all so full, then when the light hit, you gotta goddamn burn it. No leftovers, none the next day. The Father said what he said. 11. And thus shall ye eat it with your, and this is a ritual this is how we're supposed to do every year. Uncircumcised are not allowed. The uncircumcised, and if you're not a part of Israel or the camp, you're not allowed. You have to read this and understand when the Creator say as you move through, but as it goes. And this shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yah's Passover. See that? Now, now watch this. I'm gonna jump to 13. I'm not gonna read 12. I'm gonna jump to 13 to show y'all something. It is Yah's Passover. 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. This right here, actually 12 and 13 go together, but 14 is your key. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yah. It didn't say keep it in the land. It didn't say keep it at the temple. It didn't say keep it only in the land. That is what a lot of people is trying to say. It said, and this day shall be, this is the Creator talking. He didn't give you no stipulations. He told you what he wanted. He said, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yah throughout your generations. When do your generations stop? There wasn't even a temple made at this time. A temple was made way down the line after David. But at this time, he told you to keep it in all your generations. You see how people skip? See, when people read books, they just read the book. Oh, the book say this, the book say that, but they ain't looking at the timeline. This was told to them, the ordinance right there before they even started. He didn't say, well, when you get into the land, do it there, after here. But this is the way people think. So, throughout your generations, ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. He said two things that's very important in 14. The first point, he said, keep it a feast to Yah throughout your, number one, throughout your generations. Number two is, it is a feast by an ordinance forever. When does forever stop? This is what I'm saying about people don't understand, they don't research, they don't read. A lot of people don't take the Creator's word serious. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's my whole point. A lot of people don't take the Creator's word serious because this is the Creator talking here. This is not man. This ain't even Moses. This is the Creator talking. But let's go back to 12. 12 and 13 go together. He said, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night. Now he's telling them, he's giving them the order, and then he's telling them, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, no different than today. I will execute judgment. I am Yah. See, he said this. The Creator is speaking here. And the blood shall be for you a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see this, to me, when you do this routine, ritual, this commandment each year, to me, this is a token, as he said, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague, as I shared in part 1, the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And I was sharing in part 1, I'm not going to go over it again. I talked about Malachi, the last 4 to 5 verses in Malachi, chapter 4, about Elijah going to come, and he's going to turn the hearts of the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children, which I believe, I'm going to tell you my point of view. I'm not saying it's what it is, but this is me speaking. Mikael is speaking this. I see the Elijah being Kevin Samuels, and he's turned the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children to the fathers. The children was the women of today that act like children, thinking that they are that, and he's putting the women in their place because he was first talking to the men, then he started talking to the women, and then when he hit average at best with, that's when he went global. And in between that time, first he was talking, and then he said, lest I smite the earth with a curse. This is when the curse, which was what? The plague in this day and time. And the plague is one of the four sword judgments in Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 12 through 23. Because everything else before that is talking about if a man comes to a prophet with an idol in his mind. Then if a man come to if the prophet be deceived from 9, 10, and 11, or that's Ezekiel 13 from 1 to 11. But 12 through 23, it talks about the four sword judgments of the Creator. And the plague is one. So when you start to see the word and understand the word, you start to see the Creator's movement through his word by his voice. Because this is when he's talking. So, again, right here, it says, 14 is the key. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yah throughout your generations. The Creator said through your generations. Generations don't stop. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. This long before they even got into the land. And a lot of people don't even realize, I'm going to say this again. A lot of people don't realize when he put his name there, he put his name there by his word. The temple was by his word. That's who he chose to put his name by. This is the tribe that he chose to stand in. And it was said before they even got to this. That's why y'all got to understand the Creator's word. In Genesis 49, verse 8 to 12, your key verse is 10. Genesis 49 and 10 gives you the answer to the reason why he put his name in Judah. When you study the word, you can see the word. So the whole point is, Judah is where he put his name at. Jerusalem is where his name is. But it wasn't until David really, because that's where the king came out of. Actually, Benjamin first, which was Saul. Then he got rid of Saul. Then he established his name with David. Then he established his name and his kingdom through David, through Judah, through Solomon, and through from that point on. But before they was even known, this is what people fail to realize. Before they was even known, the Passover was set up. The Passover was already set up. And it was told to keep it forever at this time by the word of Yah. So, and then when you read on down, then it talks about the 7 days you should eat unleavened bread and go from there. So, from 1 to 20, this is just a recap. We're going to go to 21 now. But from 1 to 20, the Creator is speaking. This is what I want everybody to see and understand. This was my revealing this past on the 6th, which was 3 days ago now. On the 6th, at Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. When I started reading, I said, wait a minute. Then what really opened my eyes, I'm going to get to you, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to show you what opened my eyes. What really got me. Starting at 20, I'm starting at 20 right here. 21, that is. This is when Moses started to speak here. Everything before here is when the Creator is speaking. Now, 21. Here we go. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to the families and kill the Passover. See, now he telling them what to do. The Creator told him what's going to happen and when he wanted to happen at all times. Now Moses is talking to the people. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that it is in basin, and strike the lintels and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Moses telling them, giving them instruction now. The Creator spoke what he said. Moses is giving instruction now to the people, right? To the who? The elders. Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, he's talking to the heads. These are the same ones that's supposed to glean from all over the earth and come to Jerusalem in time to come. The heads. You see right here, it's talking about people don't understand order. That's the problem. People don't understand order. The heads of, we're going to be set up all over the earth because the knowledge of the Creator is going to spread through the earth as the waters cover the sea. We're going to be set up everywhere in the earth. Israel will. But the heads is going to be going to the land because in Zechariah it says that those that don't come up to Jerusalem in the time of in the 3 appointed times of the year, there won't be no rain in their land. Everybody ain't going. I've been saying that for longer. It's only going to be the heads of their areas that's going to be going to that to the land. Everybody not, and this is the point where people don't understand scripture. People do not understand scripture because they go by their own mind. Talking about, I'm in my own, I'm reading what the word say. It just talked right here. Moses called for all the elders. And who's going to be keeping in charge in the whole? Everybody ain't doing anything. The people, the elders of the cities. This is the reason why the 5th commandment says, honor thy fathers and thy mothers. These are the elders you're supposed to be honoring. That's a commandment. People don't understand the scriptures, but they're quick to think that they can teach and tell people what they think. They don't realize they commit a hell for themselves. But the people that is in the the blood that is in the basins, and none of you should go out at the door of his house until the morning. Verse 23. For Yah will pass through them to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintels and on the 2 side posts, the door will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. Right? He's telling you what's going to happen. 24 and 25. Check this out. Moses talking. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. What did Moses just do? He reiterated the same thing the Creator said. He didn't say where. He did say when, but he didn't say where. He just said this is going to be an ordinance. Ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons. Now I'm gonna tell you, when I get down to a certain point, I'm gonna share with you what really rattled my brain. Be like, oh man. And this is 1.24, but 25 is some people stuck here and they have no understanding. 25. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land. Now see, Moses talking here. He's letting them know because we forget quickly, don't we? Don't our people forget quickly? People forgot already about Biden, what he did. Like I said last part 1. People forgot the stuff that Biden did. People say that Obama was the greatest president, great black president, all this and that, but he the one who issued gay marriages. You see how people forget? See, he was straight against the law. That's straight anti-Christ, if y'all want to call it. Or against the anointing spirit, or against the Almighty. Promoting gay marriages and a whole lot more. All this other stuff that these countries has been doing, mainly this country and a lot of other things that's been happening. But what it says, 25 again, and it shall come to pass. It's going to happen. This is prophecy. It shall come to pass when ye be come to the land, when you come to your land, which Yah will give you, because this is why he's telling you, that's why he got Moses come back in the first place. According to as he has promised. Now we got to understand, who did he promise? He promised Abraham, he promised Isaac, and he promised Jacob that he was going to give us the good land over there. That was the promise. That ye shall keep this service. You're supposed to keep this service. He didn't say do it. You see only here? Do y'all see the word only? You got to go and do it in the land only. That's your thought. That's your thought in your own mind. Talking about me. That's your thought in your mind. I'm not going to say no names here. But somebody try to tell me that, boy, yeah, they don't read. They don't, put it like this. They read, they don't study. They read this like a book, as it says in Isaiah 29, verse 10 through 13. This is nothing, they read it as a book. It's sealed to them. Verse 26, and it shall come to pass, Moses said, when your children, this is the reason why, with right on my brain, this is what I'm getting. I'm gonna give y'all an understanding of reason why I really saw what I'm seeing, what I'm sharing with you right now. All right. And it shall come to pass when ye shall come to the land and which Yah will give. Okay, I did that's 25, 26. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? Now your children, you know your children gonna inquire. Why are we doing this, Daddy? Daddy, why are we doing this? Why we all come together? Why are we? Y'all know children are inquisitive. This is how you're supposed to teach your children. Let me finish this up and I'll give you my understanding. That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of Yah's Passover. It is the sacrifice of Yah's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt. This is what you're going to tell them. When he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed their head and the people bowed their head and worshiped. Who did? The elders did. This is what he's saying when he talked to him. When this right here was said, when he said, and that ye shall say, it is the sacrifice for Yah Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians, hadn't even happened yet. He's telling the story. So when your children start to ask you these things, tell them. And deliver our houses, and the people bowed their heads and worshiped, and the children of Israel went away and did as Yah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. They bowed their head and worshiped, and then the elders, which is the children of Israel, went away and did as Yah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. See that? That's what they did. When they went to the elders, they told the elders what to do and go warn the people. And then he gave them the understanding, so it's going to come to pass when the time comes, when you make it into the land, you're supposed to share this with your children, because the children are going to ask why we do this. He gave them the understanding right then and there. Now, what rattled my brain on that was this. In this land we at right now, we just passed, quote unquote, Easter on Sunday, right? We just had Easter on Sunday. That's the goddess Estroth that people don't even know about. But people are continually doing it every year. See, they treating this like, oh, we just got to put this in remembrance. How is your child going to remember this when you're doing the act of Easter every year? And they've taken this and gave it to Easter, and they switched the plot. Let me get back over here on now. As over here, I was sharing, because I'm going to get this off of the Hebrew Converter over here. But just saying, Wednesday, April 1st was the 14th, which was at the time that we supposed to have the Passover. Now, as we can see, the 2nd of April on the Hebrew Converter, the 2nd of April, 2026 was the 15th, which was the first day of unleavened bread. And that's when we're supposed to start, we supposed to have a holy convocation, no working at that time. We're not supposed to be working at that time. It was a holy convocation on the 2nd of April. 7 days, that day until today, which is where we at today. That's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, was the 15th of Nisan. And as we read over here in verse 15, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses, for whosoever eateth leaven from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off. But let's jump down here to 18. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, 14th day we just got to reading, at even shall ye eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month. That's verse 18. Now it's telling us the 21st day. Now this is the 2nd of April 2026 with the 15th. Now, where are we at today? Today is the 8th. Today is the 8th of April, And by the day being 8th, Wednesday, 8th of April, 2026, is the 21st of Nisan, which is the 21st of Abib, which is the 21st day of the first month, which is the last day of unleavened bread, and the 21st day of the month, the last day of unleavened bread, and the last day of the ritual that's supposed to happen between that time up until where we at this point. Today is the last day. And this is what I wanted to say. And this is a holy convocation. That's why we're here right now. For all those who are here, that's why we're here. The day is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, which is the 21st of Nisan, which Nisan and Abib, which Moses said, because the Creator didn't say it. He didn't give you a month. The Creator just said this should be the beginning of months to you. The Creator said that. Moses gave you Abib, which is equivalent to Nisan. Find out who's talking, who's doing the talking. The Father just told you when the month was, when it was. He never gave you a date. No, he gave you a time limit, but he didn't give you a name. See what I'm saying? Moses gave the name Abib. People don't read. No. Let me rephrase that. People read, but people don't study. When you study, you see things that you haven't seen before. The spirit in the word going to show you things that you ain't even realized, like where I'm at right now. So let's keep it moving. Now, what I'm going to do is come out of the converter, and we've shared everything we need to go there from the 15th, well, actually from the 1st of the month to the 15th or to the 21st day of where we at this point in time. So now we're going to come out of that, take the Hebrew converter off. And anybody that wants to sit in, here we go. Let's open you up. I'd like to thank Maria, David, and Miss Joe, my baby. Glad that y'all here with me today on Zoom, observing as we read. All right, glad you're here. But other than that, we're going to keep it moving. Now, the death of the firstborn. Now we're at 29. Now, and all this is Moses still talking until the Creator start talking again. This is Moses giving direction and he's speaking all this point. Now it looks like the story is getting ready to start again, but it says the death of the firstborn is by heading, and we're at verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight, see, now the story is being told. And it came to pass that at midnight, Yah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on the throne unto the firstborn of the captives that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. What I like to say is this. Just suppose all this stuff is happening today, but you don't know that you're being protected. Like I said, in the time of Corona, y'all don't know how many of y'all that was protected because of the blood of the Creator being in your mind, the voice of the Creator being in your mind. How many of you have the true heart? Many people passed at that time. The time of Corona I'm talking about. But a lot of people had the blessings of the Almighty upon them. See what I'm saying? You got to look deeper than just looking at words in the book. And a lot of people don't even see and understand that. So, and it says, verse 30. And Pharaoh rose up in the night. See, he rose up in the night. He and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead, except in the house with the sign across the door. But there was not one dead. 31. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get you forth from among my people. He said, get up out of here. Behold, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. Go serve the Lord as you said. Go, get up out of here. Get, move. 32. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. You see, go think, bless me also. You know that the Creator is who he is. Bless me also. He can make sure you throw that in. 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people. Urgent. Here, come on, y'all. Get it out of here. Get out of here. and that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men. We be all dead men. Get them out of here. Go. Get away. 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened. Their needlings through, being bound up in their clothes, upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. You see, the story has been told, and it's going by what Moses said from the Creator. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, clothes, jewels of gold, jewels of silver. 36. And Yah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. Right? They took everything that they could from them. The Egyptians were like, oh, I'm scared. Let me go here. You know, that's favor of the Creator. That's what people don't realize. When the Creator give you favor, He give you favor. I'm gonna get over here in Facebook in a few minutes. I got some comments over here. We're gonna take care of that once we get done. Now the Israelite leaves Egypt, verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses. Now look at what happened. Look at what happened. The Creator told you what to do here. Moses called the elders, told them to tell the people what to do. Then the death of the firstborn and the people, and they've spoiled the Egyptians. Now the Israelites leave in Egypt. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children, and a mixed multitude. And this is what I always say as well. This is something I've been waking up, not waking up, but I've been opening up. The Creator's been showing me a lot of things. Israel itself is spiritual. Jacob is physical. A lot of this people don't know. And now things going on in the scriptures, people can't even see. You know what I'm saying? Things that's in the scripture, people can't see, nor do they recognize. You like that? People can't see, nor do they recognize in the scriptures, because they can't see spiritually what's being said. We know that there was a mixed multitude, but every time people speak, they always speak about Israel. The presence of the Creator was with Israel at the time. By the presence being with them, the people was going by everything that was said because they was over the people at the time. No different than we're going to be over the world. When we're over the world and everywhere we're going to be speaking the law, and the law is going to be dominant because we're going to be in the presence, because the Creator is in us in order to be the presence of the Creator, which are ambassadors of the Creator to carry the Creator's word to all nations, tongues, and people. He spread our borders when he kicked us out the land. People don't even understand that. This goes to show how much they study to understand, to know the Creator's word. When he kicked us out the land, he broadened our borders then. We just hadn't come to the point of where we're supposed to grow into ourselves yet, spiritually. But let's keep it moving. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. All right. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened. This is the reason why, and the Creator gave you the understanding. It wasn't leavened yet, so they was baking it, but it hadn't leavened yet, so they had to get it. So it wasn't leavened yet, so they had to get whatever they get, and they had to walk with it. Because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they, look at this, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. So the only thing they really, if you look at it, they had stuff that they can pick up and go with, but they hadn't prepared food. So the only thing that really was kind of cooked. Now I understand why he said bitter herbs. Why? Because now you got to look at, they had potatoes. They probably had potatoes. They had raw food. This is really what's it. Thank you, Father. They didn't have any food prepared, so now they had to take what they had. They had to get potatoes, they had to get onions, like I said earlier, garlic, ginger. They had the bitter herbs. Why? Because they didn't have no food ready. So they had to go with the bitter herbs, the raw food. Might well say raw. With a lot of people eating raw now, they take the raw food with the dough that didn't get cooked. You got to imagine the situation that was going on. That's what people don't do. People just read, oh, this is what they say. Oh, this is what they say. They ain't putting themselves in the position of what's going on. They just do a lot of this and trying to say, oh, this is what they say, though. Give me scripture. Give me scripture. Put yourself in the position and understand where they at and what's going on. Then you can understand it. People always can sit back and talk. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, this is what they say, though. But they ain't putting themselves in there to experience it mentally. And this is the problem we have with the people. That's why they don't know the scriptures. They think they know the scriptures because they're reading the book. And they can go, I can go here and here, but you ain't putting yourself in there to understand the story. So, again, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any food. Neither had they prepared for themselves any food. Now, the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. Now, you see, they grew in Egypt 430 years. When the Creator spoke in Genesis 15, 12 through 14, he said 400 years. The Creator is precise in what he say and what he do. The Creator is precise in what he say and what he do. 430 years was the fourth generation. See, that was a twofold prophecy in Isaiah, in Genesis 15. The 400 years was talking about the one we just come out of. The 430 years was the fourth generation. He said, "Ye shall come hither again in your fourth generation." That was right after he said that. He said, "You should be in the land of your enemies 400 years, and shall be." Man said, "We'll be servants to them." Then he said, "Then I will judge that nation, which is the nation of Rome, the Roman Empire, which happened." The coronavirus, that's the nation that has been judged with the mindset of the Roman Empire. Then he said, and afterwards they will come out with great substance. That's going on now. All this is happening. That's prophecy of today. That was a twofold prophecy. Then he read on and he said, "You should come to your grave in a good old age, and in your fourth generation, you should come here." The fourth generation was when they went into Egypt. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the children of Israel. That's when they grew in Egypt. That was a twofold prophecy. A lot of people don't get. So this right here is when they was in there 400 years, 430 years. People don't study. So now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass, at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day. You see that? The Father is precise in what he say and what he do. Even the self same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of Yah went out from the land of Egypt. And say, it is a night. Watch this. It is a night to be much observed unto Yah. Unto who? Unto who? Unto the Creator. Unto Yah for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of Yah to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. Generations don't stop. You're supposed to keep the ordinance of it the way he said it, how he said it. If you don't do it the way he said, you're out of contact. Don't forget, when Nadab, or shall I say the two sons of Aaron, brought that strange fire, they got burnt up. Why? Because they was out of order. The Creator tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do. But hey, some people like living in sin, and they like living in luxury in sin. doing what they want to do. I'm giving you what it say. I'm not saying what I'm saying. I'm saying what the scriptures is saying. And I'm saying, do you see the word only in the land here? No, you don't. The ordinance of the Passover. Here we go again. Now it's the ordinance of the Passover. Over here, it was the Passover instituted when the Creator spoke. Now we over here at 43, the ordinance of the Passover. Now it's the ordinance. Let's see what says here. This is the ordinance. And Yah said, okay, here we go. And Yah said unto Moses. Now let's see again what the Creator said to Moses at this time. Look who's talking. Look who's talking. And Yah said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. Okay, let's see what the Creator say. Now, if it's something different here, go with what's said. My main thing is I know what was said in the beginning. Let's see what's said from here to 51. And Yah said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger. Now he's talking about the strangers and everybody else now. This sounds like he's talking about other people now, but let's see what it's saying. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money. That means you own this person, these people, because you bought them. They owned by you. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him. You see that? This is the key. You have to be circumcised to keep the Passover. I don't care if you're Israel or a stranger. You got to be circumcised. This is how important the Creator's word is. Some people try to say, well, you ain't got to do that today. They go to show how much they know. All right. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. They give you the understanding. 45. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat there. Meaning anybody that's a foreigner, we got plenty of them here. Any foreigners that comes amongst our people, they can't have it. A foreigner, they can't eat thereof. I don't care if you call yourself Egyptian, or if you call yourself, I'm not going to say black, or black is a color and a status. It's not a people. But if you're a Hamite, meaning if you're an African over in Africa, because we was worldwide. This is worldwide. This is not just an African. This is worldwide. What happened was, sidebar real quick, Esau got their blessing by taking over the earth. You'll find that in Daniel chapter 2, the end of 39, where the brass, which is the third kingdom, ruled over the whole earth. And then you'll see where the fourth kingdom took over after the third kingdom, which is the Greek and the Romans. This is their blessing from Isaac, their father, in Genesis 27, verse 39 and 40. Mentally, everybody looking for a color. The mental Esau is over the earth right now. No different than the Roman Empire. Mentally, everybody in the army is of the Roman Empire. Mentally. See, that's what people fail to realize. Long as if you're in the system, if you're a cop, if you are of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, all that stuff is who? Is of who? Is of the Roman Empire. It's of what? War. And I don't care from warring over there right now, what they're doing there in Iraq and Afghanistan, warring like that, all the way down to arguing that's war. All this is war. That's his blessing. Esau's blessing is about war. By thy sword shalt thou live. By war shalt thou live, in layman's terms. This is how he keep in power and stay in power. As long as you're doing this, when you out there playing the game, basketball here, basketball, y'all playing the game, that's war. Somebody got to win. Reasoning together, we walking together, we're talking and we're building together. That's reasoning. That's not warring. You're reasoning together, walking hand in hand, you're doing the same thing. The commandments is the work of Yah, walking together with a brother, working together. That's the commandments. A lot of people don't even understand that. Working together, building together, togetherness. Now, when you're against, that's war. That's Esau's way. Jacob is working together. Working together. Angels. Just putting it out there. Just to give you an insight of things on a whole different level. Now, again, the ordinance of the Passover. And Yah said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. 44. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. 45. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. If you're working for me, you're just somebody, just a hired servant. Excuse me, you're not supposed to be eating Passover. 46. In one house shall it be eaten, in one place, one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house. You see, it says house. It don't even say temple here, but yet and still we know it's supposed to be happening at the temple. But it says, thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house. Neither shall ye break a bone thereof. We're not supposed to break the bones. 47. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. All the nation of Israel shall keep this. Not just Judah, not just Benjamin, not just Naphtali or whoever, not just the Levites. We all supposed to keep this, no matter where we are. 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, you see what it's saying? And when a stranger shall sojourn, that means that he's become a part of us. He's become a part of our heritage. That's what it means by sojourning with us. So sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to Yah. Let all his males be circumcised. See, these strangers are the people who has adapted to our ways. We know that they adapted to it. We ain't talking about, okay, I'll keep it. Like over in Ezra chapter 4. We want to build with you. We search your God like you do. No, this is our business. Then they want to start coming against them because they wouldn't let them. They go to show they wasn't real in the first place. That's Ezra chapter 5. That's a whole nother story of something else. But just sharing with you on the point. Said, let all his males be circumcised, and then let them come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. You see that? When they start keeping the law, he should be as us. Not us, but as Israel. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. No uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. 49. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Homeborn is of your own people, and of the stranger, one law, period. See? The laws, that one law is the laws of Yah that we study, do, and research, and do what we know. According to the law, just like we learn, I just come to understand this right now in the fullest form of what I come to understand out of all the years that what I've been taught. We've been taught something, we've been taught a miss, but what does the word say? Thus did all the children of Israel as Yah commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. 51. And it came to pass the self same day that Yah did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. That's the end of 12. You don't see nothing no different than what he said. That's it. Throughout your generations, throughout your heritage, and throughout it should be an ordinance done forever. Now, right now, y'all allowing y'all children to go to schools with this Easter stuff. Thanksgiving and all this other stuff going on. They got that embedded in their mind. Why don't your children even know how to undress a lamb, a goat? When I say undress it, take the hide off, kill it, halal style. That was our way of life. Even though I'm vegan, I don't eat flesh. I don't eat flesh. But I understand when you sit up and read and listen why he said eat it with bitter herbs. There was nothing fixed. Bitter herbs, they was rushed out of there. So they had to take, they know they don't have to take food with them. They didn't have nothing fixed and ready. So they had to get whatever they get. Put together bags of potatoes. They had to take what they had to get, plus whatever else. And they took all they can. Because there was no food prepared. The only thing that was prepared was the bread for the next day. They was preparing bread for the next day. See, that's how women used to do. They made their own cakes. They made their own bread. They kept the victuals and stuff together while men was out doing the work. Can't find women like that today. Most women anyway. Majority of the women, they out there trying to get their nails done, their hair done, and everything else done. They ain't thinking about no food. They ain't trying to even keep a house. But this is what it is. It is what it is. So, this is the end of Exodus 12 revealed. This is Exodus 12 revealed according to the word of Yah and according to the deeds and the acts of what Moses and them took out, have taken out, or should I say have done, should I say, not take out, what they done according to the acts of what the Creator told them to do. Nothing no more, nothing no less. People fix it the way they want to fix it. But now, we got everybody on here I got somebody on YouTube live, but there's no comment. I got nobody over here on Instagram at the moment. Still got a few people over here on Zoom, but over here we got on Facebook, we got my brother Cephas Ben Israel. Now I'm going to read y'all what he said because his mind is still made up from where it is, but I want to see what he got to say, and I don't like hiding nothing. So I'm letting it be known what he said, and we'll go from there. So Cephas Ben Israel, well, we got Anthony Avery, which is my uncle. Hope you're still there, Anthony. But other than that, he said, bring him on camera. Now, I ain't doing that right now because we're actually in the middle of the conversation. And it says, shalom, shalom, Cephas Ben Israel. Shalom, shalom, my brother. Okay, my brother. That's what I want to hear. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll see you later. I thought he had a lot more information to say. I thought y'all should see Tuesday. He was coming on, you lying and you doing this and you doing that. What? I'm reading what the book say. But my brother Cephas Ben Israel, I sure thought you was going to have something. I thought it was more you was going to say, but shalom, my brother. Love you too, though. Always. That's my brother from another mother in Mississippi, But yet and still, we read what the word say. That's what I do. And it's a lot that I've come to know compared to what I was taught. So I asked the Creator to keep leading and guide me so I can help lead and guide others to his word, his knowledge, and his will and his way. I try to look beyond what I've been taught, and I try to acknowledge what he showed and shared with me so I can see what it is that we need to do and understand. So this was Exodus 12 revealed. I'm glad my brother Cephas Ben Israel was here to at least be here at this point in time compared to Monday as well. And I'm glad everybody came. I'm glad my brother David came. My sister Marie, she came. She had to go take care of something. Had to go get her child from school or something. I don't know what it was. But my baby Miss Joe was on here too. I'm glad that you was here as well. All I hope is that everybody got an understanding, and know what the Creator said. Not my thoughts, not my words. What the Creator said, because we got to examine what the word say. Examine what the word say. The mouth and the voice of Yah. Once you do that, you can't go wrong. Always ask him to lead and guide you, and be sincere when you ask, because he will show you. But it's up to you to accept it or reject it. Other than that, I'd just like to say that I am that Lkhyym in Daniel chapter 12. Verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Lkhyym in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not. because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Michael is really me. And as things unfold, people will start to see and understand what I just shared. Other than that, we get ready to do the benediction. Then we're going to do the Shema. Then we're going to share with you how to get in contact with us. Well, we do got some out here. Akua G1G. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Akua? I'm glad you can make it over here on YouTube Live. I seen you here, but I didn't see a comment. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you was here. We'll tell you how to connect with us and keep it connected with us in a few moments. But first, we're going to do our blessings, and we're going to give our blessings from the Most High as we see our way out, and then I'm gonna share with you how to keep in contact if you're interested in connecting with us on in our broadcasts. All right. So this is Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27, and it states, this is the benediction. It states, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, which is his law, and Yah will bless them. Other than that, Small Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekebo, Vakuto V'olam, Va'ed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Bless you, Father. Bless you for your word. Bless you for your saying. Bless you for your commandments and the laws that you've given us to follow, to grow, to do, and to give and share. We bless you, praise you, and thank you. And we praise you, Father, for allowing us to understand, know your word as we grow in your word, as we help others grow and be prosperous in the kingdom that's growing in the world today. From the satanic kingdom to your glorious, righteous kingdom. We praise you, bless you, and thank you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. Hallelujah. 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 Praise you, Almighty. Thank you, Father. All right. All right, for everybody else, if you're interested in connecting with us, first what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you information to our Zooms, if you're interested. And then I'm going to give you the information to our public platforms. When I say public, I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and my other platforms that we do. But other than that, my private first, we are here on Tuesdays on Zoom. I'm giving you all the Zooms first. We're here on Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time or at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, night after Tuesday. This is the night after Tuesday or Tuesday morning at 7:30 a.m. or the night after Tuesday at 9 p.m. And this is called Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge. Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge. We actually help people on a whole different level of the way things that people are going today. You have to come to get that information because it's private. It's not public. It's actually private. But in that information, in order to get that information, you have to text me your name, number, and email. Your name, your number, and your email. And then also text me your that you would like to know more about the solving classes, or you'd like to know more about the alkaline water and alkaline teas. Text and email both of them to you, but the information on the alkaline, the information on the solving classes, email that to you, and you'll have to accept my Zoom. I don't like saying classes, but my Zoom promotions, Zoom platforms, the Zoom platform. You have to accept them, and once you do that, you'll be able to have it. And then once you text me your name, number, email, you get information from me. We can stay in contact like that as well, if you like. But yeah, that's for Zoom. Also, we're here on the Sabbath day, which is today is a Sabbath, which is a high holy Sabbath, because it's not the seventh day Sabbath of the week, which is the seventh day Sabbath, which is on the Sabbath day, and I call that a Sabbath assembly of the righteous. That's the Sabbath assembly of the righteous on what they call Saturdays, but that's every Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon Eastern. That's 12 p.m. noon Eastern every Sabbath. All right. And like I say, we're going through the book. This week we'll be on 1 Kings chapter 15. We did 14 last week, and we're going through the book as well. So all you gotta do is come tune in. Um, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. That's another public. All the rest I'm about to share with you is public, except for Tuesday. So you can get on us. You can get on with what I'm gonna share with you in a few moments on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can jump on those, or you can also get in the Zoom by sending me your name, number, email, and then you'll have my connections from that as well. So as I was saying, that that's on the night after. I mean, that's on the Sabbath day at 12 p.m. noon. Assembly of the righteous. And on the night after Sunday, we have Fight Fire with Truth. Fight Fire with Truth on night after Sunday. Excuse me. That's night after Sunday, which is at 9 p.m. And Fight Fire with Truth is open conversation. We can have open conversation, talk about anything across the board. We can't get too deep into private because we can't mix public and private. That's why we have Tuesdays for that. So, but yet and still, we can talk about anything across the board. Lately, for the last three Fight Fire with Truth on night after Sunday, we've had sovereign testimonies. We had sovereign testimonies. I've shared information on that as well, and things that's happening at this point in time. So that's night after Sunday, Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. Then the night after Monday, which we have, is Mikhail's Knowledge of Truth. Night after Monday, Mikhail's Knowledge of Truth, and we're here at 9 p.m. at that time as well. Every day, throughout the week, we're here at these times, and you will have these as well to have access to them. All right, so all those are my Zooms if you're interested on coming in on the Zoom. But now, if you're interested on connecting with us on the public, which is in YouTube, and also starting off right here with YouTube, and also, oh, I forgot to give you my number. I did say text me your name, number, and email, didn't I? My number is 770-572-5315. Again, that's 770-572-5315. All right. And you can also email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. That's my connection where you can connect with me if you like. I apologize I didn't put that out in the beginning, which I supposed to, but I forgot. Now, if you like to catch me on the public platforms, you can catch me on YouTube and also on my X, formerly known as Twitter. My X, formerly known as Twitter, and my YouTube is under Juice Pro 33. That's Juice Pro 33, which is spelled JUICE PRO 33 all together, because if you put it in there separate, it's going to come up. You ain't going to catch me. And they're going to give it to you separate. If you try to put it in, they're going to try to give it to you separate, but you put it all together. JUICE PRO 33 all together, and you'll come up. Please like, subscribe, and share. Or, like I said, connect with me on X, formerly known as Twitter, under the same information. Then you can also connect with me on Facebook. You can connect with me on Facebook at Mikael Harris. On my Facebook, you can connect with me at MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. Gotta come down on me, y'all. Rest day. Okay, that was my Facebook. Now you can also connect with me on my Instagram and one of my TikToks. My Instagram and one of my TikToks is under Lkhyym underscore the juice, which is spelled Lkhyym underscore THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE all together with the underscore. All right. So that's on one of my TikToks and my Instagram. Now, if you'd like to catch me on my other TikTok and my other YouTube, you can like, subscribe, and share on there as well. My other Instagram and my other YouTube is under Michael the Juice Harris. All together, 4 words combined as one all together. That's MichaelHarris. Excuse me. That's one of my YouTube. You can put in that search engine, or you can put it under the other TikTok. Again, that's Michael the Juice Harris, spelled one more time, which is MichaelTheJuiceHarris. All right, that's the information there. But last but not least, for my Zooms, where my long Zooms are located, is on Patreon and Rumble. Patreon and Rumble, both of them /.com. That's patreon.com /Lkhyym, Lkhyym, and rumble.com /Lkhyym. You'll catch me on those if you like. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Today is the day of rest because I'm about to go down and get it. I'm about to go get me some rest in, y'all. And we're not supposed to do any work. The only work that's supposed to be today is you making your food. You ain't supposed to be washing. You ain't supposed to be doing no dishes. I don't think, unless you're making the food with them. But the whole thing is, you ain't supposed to be doing no work. You're supposed to be resting today. That's what it's saying in the scripture. Except that you must do your work. Except that you must eat, make your food to eat with. So other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. I appreciate, love you all. And I'm gonna say bye over here to Zoom first, because you're gonna have to get calculated and hooked up. I love y'all. I thank you, Dave. I thank you, baby. I'll see you in a few moments. I'm coming down and get some rest. And I'll see you in a moment. Thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Peace.
Recording stopped.
All righty. All right. Over here. Let's go ahead and good here. Now, over here on Instagram, we're going to say about Instagram real quick and say, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon, and always. Peace. And now, and we done. There we go. All right. And over here on Facebook, I like to thank Cephas Ben Israel for stopping in to say hey, show a little love, say shalom, and shalom or Shabbat shalom, my brother Cephas Ben Israel, and my brother Anthony Avery. Still waiting to get your information. Want to come out there and see you in Flint, bro? You got my number. Connect with me. Other than that, for the fam, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Peace. All right. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time. Like, we got 2 people in here. I thank the 2 for coming and sitting in and sharing Exodus 12 revealed. Hopefully y'all got something out of it. And other than that, I thank you for showing up and coming through. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Y'all have a great one. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Peace.